AskReddit by AstroloAv. What are some rules you have no problem breaking and why? Sneaking food. Speaking of limited selection, the last time I snuck food in was a full tub, 900 milliliters, of ice cream. It was a good time. I remembered a spoon. Jaywalking. Because I trust my legs and eyes. I let my 17-year-old son have a beer with me in my garage. Because I'm his dad, because he's fucking awesome, and because my dad never did cool shit with me. And I'm gonna miss him so much when he leaves for college. I love that kid so much. So yeah, he's gonna have a beer with me. Edit. For those who ask, Kentucky, USA. Zero tolerance policy for minors. Carries Class A misdemeanor charge, punishable with a $250 fine and a court appearance, usually just do community service. Parents doing stuff like this means the kids are less likely to go do it in an unsafe environment. Rules that were made to restrict a specific behavior when I am not engaging in that behavior. No harm, no foul. Even if I do that behavior. Vice laws are crap. If a media company doesn't make their media available through first-party purchase and my only option to obtain a legal copy is to pay a scalper for a CD/DVD cartridge, I will just pirate it and have absolutely no regrets in doing so. It seems like companies just actively hate making money for some reason. With digital distribution being so incredibly common, I have no idea why media companies don't just take the media that's unavailable and give it to one of the streaming services or keep it available on their own. It's not like the cost to keep a piece of media available is all that high when these companies are already building multi-billion-dollar streaming platforms. There's a bunch of old Nintendo games they would make bank on by simply porting them to Switch with no changes, yet they don't. That means the only way to legally play Game Boy Pokémon is to purchase a Game Boy and game from a third-party seller. Account sharing. If I paid for an account, I should be able it with the people I want. Absolutely. Especially if you pay for X amount of screens but don't use all of them yourself. Looking at you, Netflix. I am a teacher. I buy shoes for students in need. I am now in trouble for doing so. I don't care about the trouble I get in. I will always try to help my students in need. Just have a lost and found that some weirdo out there you've never seen keeps dropping shoes into. If the line at the store is empty, I will happily duck under those retractable stanchions in a straight line towards the register. I remember once at the Vegas airport they had the huge ass maze of ropes to zigzag a shitload of people. There was maybe 10 people in line. As the mass of people I was with came out the area, we all began going under the ropes to get to the end of the line. Even with all 25 or so people that exited the airport around me, it still would not have filled the maze a quarter of the way up. This miserable fucking cunt who works there starts yelling at everyone to go back to the beginning and go through without cutting under the ropes. Me and my friend and 3 other people loudly said fuck off and got in line, but almost everyone else actually went all the way back and did as she said. I get the purpose of those things, but when they are virtually empty there is no reason to go through them. I wear white after Labor Day. I have these cute capris from Tallbots that have embroidered weenie dogs on them. I just love them, so I wear them as long as I can. Isn't every day after Labor Day? I will stand in front of a fire exit at a show because if you are flammable and have legs, you are never blocking a fire exit. You badass, Mitch. Asking the guy out. Growing up I was always told I had to wait for a man to pursue me. When I was younger that made sense. I was that boy crazy girl that would chase her crush on the playground trying to get a smooch. Now that I've matured and older, I've learned dating etiquette, and even with my parents, my mom made the first move. I think guys should at some point be given a chance if they really like the girl, because if I was doing it every time then it would seem I'm desperate. I'd give the guy the first date, then if he's still interested he could ask. Especially how our generation is now and how men have unfortunately been mistreated and put to the side. We girls need to help them get back on their feet, so to speak. This isn't the only reason, of course, just an example. The rule I think to apply to previous generations. Dating culture has changed a lot. I don't want to spare. I tear that mattress tag off almost immediately. Guess you could say I'm sort of a rebel. The mattress tag tearing off thing is for the manufacturer and retailers, not the customer. No food in bed, but sometimes it's okay when I'm tired. No upper king toilets when invited to a dinner party. Upper king? The gender sign on public restrooms. If mine is occupied, I'm going in yours. No problem if it's a single bathroom and nobody else will be in it. I have a feeling women might not be happy if some dude walked into the women's bathroom to poop if there are other women in there. Drinking alcohol as a passenger. As long as the driver is sober, there is no problem. I agree. Sometimes there's just finer things in life that should be enjoyed. Cheers. Speed limit when there is an empty road. Empty motorway, sure. Empty suburban or city streets are still very unsafe. Less time to react if someone pulls out of a driveway or turns a corner. When your kid goes on a trip and they want the adults to hold on to all the medications. No, I trust my kids with Benadryl and Advil. I trust them more than I trust you. Don't have kids, but I've heard too many stories of adults denying the kids their medication or medical devices. I'd happily break the rule of gravity if I could. Floating to work sounds way more fun than the morning commute. Floating to anywhere else but work sounds even better. In a city, if someone tries to engage you, just ignoring them and walking on by. Because I don't know that person and his comments are not my concern. Health insurance prior authorizations. Because fuck those guys. Hell yes, I tried all the other drugs first. Dress codes, especially if they're hella sexist. In high school I had been sent to the office a few times for wearing spaghetti straps in 90-degree weather. When I would talk to the principal, I would tell him I think it's weird that a grown adult is focused on my bra instead of teaching the class. And it would normally get me out of trouble because that's a can of worms and no one wants to open. This doesn't work on everyone, don't do this. My stance has always been, do whatever you want but don't be dumb, and don't get caught, with a heavy emphasis on the don't be dumb part. And that I'm more of an ask forgiveness than permission kind of person. So in general, if I'm aware of a rule and why it exists, I might break it, but I'm not gonna be dumb about breaking it or break it for a stupid reason, and I'm gonna do it in a way where I won't be caught. And if I was somehow caught for it, there will likely be some level of understanding about why I did it. Similar really. With the exception of safety rules and AMP. Rules intended to prevent inconvenience or annoyance to others, I'll stick to those and find them a useful reminder of stuff that might not have occurred to me. To be honest, I don't like talking to strangers, but new friends. Wild adventures sometimes. Any victimless crime, because no one is harmed.